The Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 3, the next marathon racing shoe to enter the studio. I'm gonna keep this very simple and straightforward for you today, okay? First of all, drop. There you go. All right, drop, soak it in, soak it in. Wait, soak it in, soak it in. Impressive, impressive. Here's the scores on your screen. Why will people not like the Vaporfly Next Percent 3? All right, here's why. Two reasons: the fit and the comfort. All right, the fit. Here we go. Narrow in the midfoot, narrow in the heel. I had, frankly, plenty of room in the forefoot. Okay, I would actually, and I might race in the shoe in the fall, in the winter, I'd go a half size down for me, especially with thin socks if you're racing in hot conditions. All right, well, I'm thinking about it right now. This breathability is off the charts. All right, I don't even know if I'm looking at it right now, the Endorphin Elite from Saucony, right over there. I don't even think that one was very breathable. This guy is, I think it's even higher breathability. So if you're racing in hot, humid conditions, I would really consider the Next Percent 3. Now, here's the situation, the comfort. There it is, all right? And I'll just say right now, $250. It's available down below in the description, all right? And question of the day: what will be your marathon racing shoe of 2023? What will be your marathon racing shoe of 2023? Have you decided, okay? And listen, I haven't even tested the Brooks Hyperion Max. Is it the 3rd edition? I haven't even tested it yet, so bear with me. But here's the Hoka Rocket X2. Totally different shoes as far as the ride and the feel underfoot. Much softer, and I'll say more comfortable. All right, the Hoka Rocket X2. Now for me, comfort is not, and you're probably wondering, wait a minute, why is the Nike, why is this shoe, the Vaporfly Next Percent 3, getting a decent score for fit? For me, I like to be locked and loaded on race day. That's why. But for some people, it's gonna run a little bit narrow, and it's just gonna feel, okay, I'll say right now also, all right? I actually did a measurement maybe about 2 weeks ago. It's a pretty narrow landing through that outsole, okay? It's narrow. Actually, let's just do this right now while we're thinking. Look, can you see that? I mean, it's just so, it's just crazy how much different. So I think a lot of people are just gonna feel a little wobbly out there. For my foot strike, my foot pattern, it works beautifully. But I'm opening my mind to the vista of the hundreds of thousands of people around the world that will run marathons in 2023. I realize that this landing area might not work for you. I'm actually a little surprised at how narrow it is. I'm loving it, but I just wanted to point that out really clearly. So, here's the situation. I think for the upper, the breathability, unbelievable. I wouldn't mind, Nike, I wouldn't mind a little more padding through the tongue. Just a smidge. Just like they have a little bit here at the top in, what am I always saying about the butterfly effect at the top of the tongue? Love it, it's perfect. But as we travel down the tongue to right there in the middle of the midfoot, I foresee, it wasn't a huge issue for me, but especially if you're wearing thin socks, I foresee some people not complaining, but just noticing the laces on the top of the foot, all right? So just keep that in mind. I love the padding in the back of the heel counter, and especially when I go a half size down in this shoe, those pads at the back of the heel counter are gonna pay off even more so. Now, let me grab, it's younger brother, is that how, or is it the older brother? I guess it'd be the older brother, older sister, the Next Percent 2, all right? And now listen, some people are saying this shoe feels softer. I don't think so. For the neurometer, we're looking at, let me just, 38, okay, 38 on that side. Let me just do the lateral side, 41, okay. I think this guy's hard, all right, let's just put it in, 45, 46. Now, both of these shoes, this shoe, granted, is a little bit older at this point as far as that midsole is concerned, but I think the combination of the plate and the foam, all right, and it is that proprietary ZoomX foam through the entire midsole there, and that ZoomX foam, it's a type of high-tech polymer that's soft and springy. I'm gonna push back a little bit about that softness compared to, again, the Hoka Rocket X2. If you prefer a softer ride, go Hoka Rocket X2. And again, these are all listed down below in the description if you can find your size at this point. I'm not sure if they're all available, but the aggressiveness of the plate inside the Vaporfly 3, it feels, and let's just do that, okay? I don't want to break it, but okay, just feeling it out, hold on. They're both pretty stiff, frankly. I'm flexing the Hoka Rocket X2 a little easier. Now, last point to drive home, which I just respect, is the weight. Because, all right, was it Bowerman, right? Bowerman did the calculations in the 70s, or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was in the 70s or late 60s, where, you know, for every extra ounce in a shoe multiplied, I think he did it just over a mile. You know, the amount of extra weight you have to carry, but extra work that goes into your legs, and multiply that out over 26.2 miles. But then, isn't the average marathon runner is it around like 40,000, 45,000 steps? I know we've talked about this before in the past. So anyway, that's why I do point out when companies are able to drop the weight of their premier racing shoes. This guy, how much did it even, I don't even know. I think is it 0.4, 0.3, 0.5 ounces from the 2? Actually, should we just weigh it from the 2 to the 3? Keeping in mind, I have not, this shoe is a little old at this point, but let's just, and it has different shoelaces, but let's just see. 6.2, okay, I thought so. So, and this guy's coming in, the 3 is coming in at 5.9, so 0.3 ounces. It's not huge. I realize we're splitting hairs here, but I respect it, and I'm glad they're not going in the other direction. All right, so good work there, Nike, with respect to the weight of the Next Percent 3, because guess what? The legs, you know, your legs are going to be barking at mile 22, 23, 24, and any little help you can get to get across that finish line is more than welcome. There's the comment of the day being pulled from the Next Percent 2 full review, which if I remember, I'll do my best to link to it down below in the description. All right, full review score, 7.7. Oh, eked out a win over the Hoka Rocket X. Very, you know, great, both great shoes, but frankly, for different marathon runners. I'm just gonna say they're just for different runners. And we'll see what happens moving forward, okay? So, that's it, all right? I had fun getting it to 50 miles, you know, whether it was the 23-mile long run, the 10-mile, you know, tempo/threshold run that I did, and every other run in between. Onward, we'll go carbon fiber plate marathon shoe, actually just carbon fiber plate playlist, which obviously this review will end up on that playlist right there. All right, let's do this. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.